I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to Complete Trader Academy's daily review. Today is July 14, Friday 2023. Hope you had a good week here. So we got this bullish candle here. We, as you watched yesterday's video, so it makes sense, said that we would come more down. So what they did is they gapped down. We needed a body to close underneath. So they opened it here, sneaky, right? Opened it here, so now there's a body here. Came a little bit more down, almost hit that target that I told you about, which is the daily left imbalance of here, and missed it, I think, by a point. Yeah, literally, look at this. Ha, look at that. Obviously, I'm not awake at 2:50 in the morning, but likely area to come to. And then they took out liquidity a little bit. Not that they didn't reach there, but they did, and then they shot it up. Now I would have still took that buy if I was awake at that time, if that was my trading session, for example. So I'm assuming you guys caught that if you're London people, but for it to go this high, I didn't expect that, but that's okay. No big deal. And great price run. Reached up all the way to almost hit that high. Now remember, this high here is in this wick, damn near center, right, on the daily. And oh yeah, that's the previous day. Yeah, right. Yeah. But this high was already in this wick, right? So when the price came up, it's either going to take it out or it's going to sell from underneath it, right? And then we have that understanding. And this is not like resistance or retail or anything, but this is just because you're inside this wick. See this wick here, this 4-hour wick? So you're in that wick. So you're looking at progressionally lower highs, right? And the ideas of what we're talking about. If you took that sell, then you would obviously want to take it for lower. See structure like a sell model, you know, lower low, lower high, lower low. And did pretty much pan out. So let's go into a smaller time frame here. Over here, you'll see here on the 1 hour that well, let me start from here. It's a 5-minute, right? So 5-minute opens up. Now remember, we sold from there yesterday, took it out, but look how they opened up. Okay, and let me zoom out a little bit. Yeah, it's hard to do this kind of, but you'll see here that we made structure lower low, lower high there, right? We took out that high, that low, and didn't hit the daily imbalance, which is now your lead talking about this area here. See the structure here? Right there. All right. Now, not because it took this liquidity and people would have been, oh, I didn't hit this, and that might have messed you up. Oh, it's okay. If not, you want to wait. If you want to wait for a trade, wait for a shift. This is not necessarily a shift, but it's still a pattern that I like. And only would I take this if I was in London because of it taking out that liquidity. Right there, like its own liquidity, and then it took that liquidity. See that right there, that this piece right here, this level to the left of my cursor on the top left, that low. So it took out that low too, right? And the thing is, the reason why you would buy is, in general, let's just say it wasn't going to go this high. That's fine. And this was a low, this was a lower high, this was a low. Let's just say you're supposed to take this buy anyway. You take this buy, and if you're taking this buy, you're taking it somewhere into this wick. Or, I mean, maybe we, take out the engineered liquidity, which I don't know. I don't think I mentioned it yesterday, but, I can't remember everything to say, but that would be considered engineered liquidity. Plus, we got that 4-hour, not 4-hour, I'm sorry, that imbalance that we discussed yesterday that did not get hit. So remember when I was saying, I thought they would at least take that high out. So what they did is they built that. It's kind of hard to see this, I'm sure. But that high there, when they engineered it, this was just built liquidity with an imbalance above so they can come and rip it up. Now, again, I'm asleep. I don't see any of this going on. So to the right of the chart, right? But I'm trying to teach you general logic. Like, okay, we reached here. You're in this block. See this block right here, this 1 hour down candle. This is a demand area right here. So, at the least, again, even if it doesn't come all the way up here, your basic logic is you're taking this buy no matter what because you want to make a lower high, even if it's this lower high or if it's above here to take out the liquidity and come up here. As far as coming up here, that's another story and whatever. If it did it, it did it. You were still holding on, you were making profit. But that's the logic here for people in London, right? And here. So now, okay, now I wake up, right? So again, I discussed this. So I wake up, I'm over here now. It's like 9 o'clock. I'm already, I like to, lately, or I would like to play on the safe side and say, okay, I'm gonna show up on the chart, at 9 o'clock, right? Yes, we have news at 10 o'clock, consumer sensitive news, I believe, sentiment. So I'm missing, I don't see all this. So I wake up here and I'm like, damn, we flew all the way up here. All right, so what's up here? What do we have here? Well, we have obviously that high, right? Okay, so here's a scenario. This scenario is it's either going to sell from underneath it or it's going to sell from above it, right? In a perfect world, we would have liked to have taken the liquidity and then came down, right? But you got to play the game, and playing the game means you have to take this shot. And I'm really glad I did because I wasn't going to, but I was like, you know what? This can either be saved for the PM session or next week, or we never actually really take it out. And I still don't believe that in the long run that we won't take it out, but for now, I don't believe that we'll take it out. So I'm still taking the trade. Now we have the opening range gap here. So let me pull that up. I know this is a little bit busy and choppy, but sorry, but whatever. So this box right here is the opening range gap. So 930 happens to be, it's ugly on this time frame. Let me switch from a 5-minute down to, let me go to a 1 minute, even though this trade was taken on a 30-second. Which I'm just gonna pull out a 30-second to be honest. But well, all right. So you'll see here, right there, that candle right there. Now, when the price 930 opens, this box is here, this orange box, right? Last time we closed yesterday was from down here, from that candle right there, right? All right. So I know that that's a big range gap. Obviously, I wake up and see all this big ass price action. So I would like to come to somewhat of a 50% level of this range and clear out some of this empty opening range gap. So notice the price shoots down. So I'm already in this sell here, which I'll show you in a 30 second, I mean. But my intention is to come down here. So opens up, shoots down a little bit, plays around. See how it's playing around above it, below it, above it, right? These are all letting you know all this is really doing is creating a sell leg, right? A lower low leg type of thing. And we're reaching into this area. Plus I have a previous week gap right here. Plus, let me switch this back. Yeah, I'm getting exhausted of teaching, to be honest. There's just so much to tell you. But here you see we have that candle right there on the 15-minute as a down candle, which it's underneath the 50% level and very minute. I mean, that's why you got to pay attention to the details. But you see between this 15-minute right here, look at that little imbalance right there. I can highlight it, but you can see it right there. See how, look where the price goes. It goes right in the middle of it. I mean, man, that's like, so I got way too much confirmation here when the price is coming down. I'm already in the trade, but it's like, where is it going to stop? And to me, this is a good area to stop. And sure enough, it stops really beautiful. Worked out for myself. Luck. I mean, call it luck or not, I don't know at this point in life, but I mean, I groove with it. I know how it moves and what our high probability areas. But and then people are like, yeah, you didn't catch that. Okay, I'll show you. So, and I get it. We have a bunch of skeptics. It's not easy, and I almost got taken out, to be honest. Because I put the trade in break even. But this is the 30-second here. And now see here, I was supposed to enter here. So it broke down, came back up into that block. See how see how it pokes up like that? Like that little that little wick, that little indecisive candle. That's what I want to see anyway. It's great. But then it closed. Then this opened up, this candle. It kind of gapped. And then I was already, I got filled here at this 779 level when I should have got filled here at the 784. But whatever, no big deal. So filled here and price came down. Take a look at the structure. Down, down, up, down, right? Low, lower, high, lower, low. Okay, then let's not call that a lower high. So in this structure here, you've got this leg first. 1, 2. See that? That's that leg. Okay? All right. Then this is the next leg. So this is lower low here, lower high here, right? And then price does what? Price comes down, comes back up, comes down. All right, so lower high, lower low. Not that one, this one. Okay. Then the price shoots back up, lower high. See that? All right. So yes, it's choppy, it's ugly, but I'm familiar what it's doing, in the sense that we're in a sell model and we want to shake people out. Price comes all the way back up here, and then retraces into here. I won't get into the details here. It's too much to describe here, man. So, anyways, price shoots down and comes right to that area I was talking about, that previous week gap, which was helpful, plus this imbalance. All right, so I'm selling down all the way, and we're below 50% of the entire opening range gap here. Don't get confused with all these lines. I know this does not help. I can delete it. I think I'll delete. Yeah, let me just delete it so you can see, I guess, right? So it comes down here, and then I'm looking for what? I'm looking for a shift here and to take a buy. So same pattern, nice bullish candle, leaves an imbalance. Now, this was tricky to catch. I'm glad that I'd listened to myself from the last time this happened. And normally I would say, oh, I wanted to, tap into this block right here. Instead, I raised it up right to where the gap is. I mean, it's hard to see it. This level here, this gap, look to the right. See that? Look to the right. See that? So taps perfect, right? I put a limit here. So, and I put it right there, and it literally smacked the same exact level that I entered. Stop loss was set right here. Anything below this candle obviously is not going to work. I don't even want it to come into this candle. If it did, I would want it to stop no less than here. I could even raise this up even higher. Anyways, so tapped in beautifully, and I'll show you the trade in a second. So this trade I wasn't able to document. I did screenshot it, but I didn't show you the final result. But and where is this going? What's my intention? Well, I had two options. I had either I'm gonna come to a retracement area on the fib. I wanted to take out some liquidity. So where's the liquidity? I was like, well, you got here and you got here. Well, this level here happened to be sitting at a 79 on the fib, which I was just showing you. And this was really my main goal, was to take out this high here. But it could have also took out both of these, right? It could have came up here because we got this liquidity built. So I wasn't sure about that, but I didn't care because I went to Hooters and took lunch with a friend, and was just hanging out and wasn't able to document this, but I didn't care. I was doing well, and I was happy that I profited and all that. So let's go into the pictures here. So you'll see here that that's where I entered. 779 ended up being, this is the 30-second chart, right? Also, I'm sorry, I didn't get filled right here. I got filled here, right there. So right when because I pushed the button here. So this was a manual trade. Pushed the button here. Stop loss was right above the actual block. Not even there, that block. Sure enough, just panned out beautifully. And then you'll see that I was able to capture this screenshot of it being here. You see how it almost took me out? Crazy. I was like, holy shit. But this is in break. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, this is because it was in break even. I put it in break even. I didn't even have the stop anymore. It was in break even because if it's gonna go higher than this, it's like then my level of entry, then dude, they're coming to take that out, right? And this is still crazy, right? But I still held it, and it just panned out. And this is a very good lesson for you that it's like, hey, if you're able to put in break, above break even, um, it's a free trade, right? Keep it that way, because you have a lot of potential on the downside. Look at all this fucking, imbalance. And then also plus, don't forget we have where also that I wanted to kind of stop. I also use these levels as confluence. So I forgot to mention that too, which means to the left. Well, we'll just use this hourly chart. You'll see here that we have this up candle. We have this big ass wick. On a 15-minute, it looked a little better. Let me try to show you that. So on a 15-minute, it's like, okay, where is support going to be? If there is support, where would I most likely stop this? Well, again, I already described the stuff in here, right? But then we have this. We look at these up candles. Like this is a support block right there. So perfectly comes into that block right there on the 15-minute and almost 50% of it right in the center. And that's what I want to see. So this is a very good area. And, this comes with experience. I mean, you're probably like, oh, Dan, that's crazy. Well, experience comes, right? So you just get the feeling. You just know, right? You just kind of know that, oh, well, this is it. So anyways, I was able to screenshot this. And then by the time I closed out, ended up being here. So nice trade there. And then the buy. But I was just talking about the buy right there. So when we got down here, and I know I'm 50% of this gap, and I know I just described all this shit here, then I get this beautiful candle right there. Beautiful candle right there. That tells it all right there for me. And this is worth, and it could have failed, right? But it's a shot. I'm definitely taking this shot. Why? Because, okay, well, we were buying, and then now we're selling, and then we got all these sellers in here, right? So what would make sense, logical sense for it to retrace back up, wipe these people out? If it's a sell model, this is going to be my swing. My low, where's my lower high? So lower high would be here, and then I want to come back down. If it's a sell model, right? So that's the whole gimmick. And sure enough, as you see where I entered right there, beautifully, I believe that was 643, right to that level, right on the high of that gap, right there, beautiful. And then I went out to lunch, couldn't show the rest of it. I was on a phone and all that shit. But anyways, point is, amazing day. And then what's funny is I got home and I even caught this. I even caught this shit, but I ain't even gonna go there because people are gonna be like, man, what the fuck? So, don't, whatever part of your journey you are in, don't expect to be here. At the same time, you want to flow like this. You want to think like this. You want what are the possibilities? Blah, 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 right? So, here, I'm just going to go here. And where would you take this trade to? Again, back to that fib. And you'll see here, beautiful 79. I mean, it's not far off. And where does it peak right above? It gets right into that, right above that candle right there. And you're inside this wick here. And you're inside this resistance right here. This resistance block right here. You drag that out and it, look at, to the point. I can't make this shit up, man. Like, I don't know what you're thinking of me, but look at that shit. So it hits the 79, and I use this as a gauge to, where could it stop, right? But in reality, even if I didn't have this, I understand that there's a resistance right here. We already sold from it here. and Tap's fucking beautiful, man. Like, just crazy. So, anyways, as far as next week goes, so that's gonna be tricky. Because I mean, this liquidity is built. I mean, we can't deny that. And what's it called? ES is going to their. They have a big gap that they're filled in right now, and because of that gap right here, they're closing it all up. So on their weekly here, see that big gap right there for them? We're sitting in that. That's what's driving kind of us up there. And they haven't finished it. So it's going to be, I expect them to finish it, but they don't have to technically. They really don't. Let me take a look here because this is not something that I was paying attention to exactly. We still missed it. So could we come up? Do we expect a leg coming down? Yeah, we do. With this, we pretty much do. Can they end up coming up here in weeks from now? Sure, they could. But they're not done. They might end up taking it next week. We'll see. But we might pull back on all assets, right? And for us, at the same time, for us right now, yes, you do have that there, but at the same time, you've just got way too much down here too. So what do I expect? I mean, this week just closed. We could open up. We could retrace back into this area here, or we could just sink. We can gap down. To be honest with you, let me go to a 5 minute. I think I've talked. See, that's why I don't do video. I don't want to do videos anymore. I just talk too much. 21 minutes. Holy shit. Yeah, man. So, yeah, you see, so we have this big gap right here. We have the rest of this to be sealed off here. We have that low. You're stuck in this range. So do we break up here, or do we below down here? Is really, as you see, it's kind of heavy. So most likely, if I had to pick, I would say coming down for the downside here. So I hope this helps. You guys take care and God bless.